Good morning in the Americas, good evening in Asia, good afternoon in Europe and Africa. It's exactly 4 p.m. here in Nairobi. Time for Citizen TV Briefs. My name is Jimmy Mbogo. Let's get you informed on some of the stories making headlines across the country. Now, human rights defenders and the Law Society of Tanganyika members in Tanzania have condemned what they term as widespread human rights violation in the just concluded election. The two organizations have faulted the Samia Suluhu government for what they term as the killing, arrest and beating of innocent civilians, restriction on freedom of expression, and the destruction of property during and after the election. The organizations are now calling on the families of those affected to report to the authorities as well as to human rights organizations to facilitate the search for justice. They are also asking the government to professionally handle demonstrators and stop ongoing arrests. Now, Interior Principal Secretary Raymond Omolo says the government is doing what it takes to investigate and deliver justice to the family of the late John Okoth Ogutu, a 33-year-old Kenyan teacher who was shot dead during protests witnessed during Tanzania's general election. Speaking during his investiture ceremony at the Kenya Scouts Ambassador, P.S. Omolo said that the contact has been established through the Kenyan Embassy in Tanzania to assist the bereaved family with the necessary assistance, including recovering the body for autopsy and subsequent burial.
Yes, I know there's an unfortunate case of one Kenyan who is a teacher who in the process of all that commotion lost his life. I have been in touch with my colleague in charge of foreign affairs, and there's already the contact that has been created with the embassy in Dar es Salaam. So what I would urge the family is that we are doing what it takes to be able to make the necessary arrangements for making sure that that particular case is handled in a manner that is respectful. And we will be reaching out to the family, and as I've indicated, we have our Ministry of Foreign Affairs that has that responsibility. So it's just to give them the assurance that we are working on it to be able to sort or resolve the issue.
Initiative of making our environment better.
Our deepest condolences to the family of John Okoth Ogutu, and we hope that they will find justice. Now, moving on, Wiper Patriotic Front leader Kalonzo Musyoka has led a delegation of leaders from his backyard and the united opposition to visit the late Raila Odinga's grave in Bondo and condole with the family. Speaking at the Kang'o Kajaramogi, Kalonzo stated that his visit was to pay respect to a political ally and friend with whom they have been through the political trenches. Kalonzo has asked the people of Bondo to open their arms to receive Kenyans from across the country, regardless of their political affiliation.
So don't be surprised that the whole nation will keep on coming here. I know that the Kikuyu nation, for example, will come. Our brother Rigiji would want to come. And those who spoke badly spoke for themselves, and others will come. The Luyas were here with a lot of cows. Mama Ida will talk about the cows when we go there.
My father was a Pan-Africanist, and he was a national leader. So he welcomed everyone, which is what we as a family are doing as well. We want to welcome everyone home.
Honorable Kalonzo Musyoka has been a friend of Baba for many, many years. And that friendship cannot be wiped out. Cannot. When you see him coming here with his team, he's twinning. It's his twinning. Because he's come to mourn his friend.
Now to security matters, where 6 suspects are being held by police in Molo sub-county after they were arrested for allegedly running a major mobile money fraud scheme. The suspects were arrested on Wednesday with over 2,400 identity cards and 3,000 SIM cards allegedly used to defraud the public. Molo Deputy County Commissioner Josephat Olechuta says investigations are ongoing to dismantle the network behind the scam. He has urged Kenyans to protect their personal information to avoid falling victim.
Walipoangalia hizi vitambulisho hizi zinaonyesha ya kwamba zinatoka katika sehemu mbalimbali ya nchi yetu ya Kenya. Mara mingi wajanja kama hawa ambayo wamepatikana leo huwa wanapiga simu kupigia wananchi ambayo hawana habari na kuitisha hawa ujumbe mingi kuhusu simu yao, PIN numbers yao na ujumbe mingi ambayo inahusu mambo ya M-Pesa. Wananchi wawe waangalifu sana, wajihadhari na waweze kuripoti matukio kama hizo.
Now, tour operators and hospitality players gathered at Uhuru Park entrance along Kenyatta Avenue to protest what they term as unfair new park fees. The operators, led by Munyaka Njiru, say that KWS pay system has tripled parking and entry charges and added an extra 8.5% fee, which they claim is illegal. They accuse KWS of poor communication and implementing the changes without notice. They are urging the government to postpone the new charges until end of the year and clarify who is behind the system, with KWS, eCitizen and the Ministry of Immigration all shifting blame. The protesters also marched to the Ministry of Tourism to present their grievances, warning that if no action is taken, they'll move to Parliament next week.
Request that they drop this so-called gateway fee. It's up to KWS to come up with their own ways of sorting out their administrative costs. So next we will hear them saying add 2% for rangers, 3%. So it's just pushing luck. We've already tripled the park fees. Then you come and add 8.5%. Surely. What is this?
We don't know where the gateway fee is going. It is not in the receipt once we pay. It is an additional 8.5% for us on park fees, and we were not consulted on this amount, and we want the amount to be abolished because there is a court order that stays the implementation, yet the government has continued to implement against the court orders.
Saying no to 5%, let people pay. We're okay paying even by cash without paying the extra charges. But if they want efficiency, it's up to KWS to put their house in order. Whatever we're paying as park fee, let it run the administration cost.
From tourism to education matters, where teachers in Murang'a County have staged protests in Gatanga constituency demanding the immediate confirmation of 20,000 junior secondary school interns to permanent and pensionable terms. The teachers, who were recruited in November and posted in January on a one-year internship with a monthly pay of 17,000 shillings, say the low pay and lack of medical cover have caused stress, depression and domestic challenges. They also want the Teachers Service Commission to abolish the internship program and confirm them on permanent basis. This comes as Treasury CS John Mbadi pleads that the government will allocate 54 billion shillings to confirm the teachers in January.
Psychologically, we are not able to deliver in classes because we are not even able to meet our demands even from our homes. Our wives are demanding for us to perform, but we are unable to do so.
As intern teachers, we stand here with a lot of stress. We stand here with a lot of depression, more so with a lot of anxiety. Kwa nini? Maana tumeweka kwa giza. Hatujui kesho yetu itakuwa aje. As intern teachers, we are suffering.
Na la kusisitizia ni kwa walimu hapa ni walimu wa kisayansi. Hawana allowances. Ninasikitika kwa mwalimu wa kisayansi kuna risks ambazo anapitia, na mwalimu huyu hana medical cover yenye ko sustainable. Ni kuonyesha kuwa serikali ni kama haimtambii mwalimu kabisa.
We can even imagine a 17,000 Kenya shillings in Nairobi. No commuter allowances, no benefits, especially the medical allowances. For example, a female teacher. You are told you are being paid 17,000, and most of the female teachers, some get pregnant during the course. How are you supposed to take care of the babies? How are you supposed to give birth?
Now to a rather disturbing story where police in Kabete Sub-County Police Headquarters have arrested 41-year-old Mary Ngina Maina from Ikinduri village, Chura, in connection with the killing of her 11-year-old daughter. Irene Waithera, the minor, is believed to have been strangled with a belt. Neighbors have raised concerns over possible faith-related motives. Confirming the incident, Kabete Sub-County Police Commander Peter Kimotho said the suspect is in custody waiting to be arraigned, while adding that the investigations are still ongoing.
Ingekuwa ananiambia naitishwa damu. Lakini sasa kwa ajili tangu tuliona 208 na tukaendelea vizuri sana. Sasa tangu 2019 alitoka kwa hiyo kanisa tulikuwa tumefanyia doa, akaenda kwa hiyo kanisa. Ndio sasa hiyo mambo ilianza kubadilika.
Hiyo kanisa ichunguzwe sana, sababu alikuwa akiambiwa ati akifanya hiyo kitendo atakuwa queen wa hiyo kanisa.
Ningetaka iwekwe wazi ndio na sisi tujue na tujue ni watu aina gani tunaishi nao hapa.
Hii ni jambo ambaye imetupata katika hali ambayo ni ya kutatanisha, na tunaomba wananchi ama wale ambao ni wahusika, wale ambao wako pale, tusiongee mengi kuhusu hii maneno kwa sababu uchunguzi imeanza.
Now, Isaac Ngala, the late GSU officer who died in the Shakahola tragedy 2 years ago, has finally been laid to rest in Muyeye village, Malindi constituency. Ngala, who perished alongside 7 members of his family, including his wife, mother, children, and younger brother, was buried beside the grave of his 4 relatives during the collection of body from Malindi Sub-County Hospital mortuary. The deceased in-law, Francis Wanje, expressed deep sorrow, saying the burial revived painful memories of the tragedy. They identified Ngala's body after DNA results confirmed a match nearly 2 years since the incident. The family has now called on authorities to fast-track the identification of the remaining 3 family members.
Tunaomba Mwenyezi Mungu atulinde, tubebe mwili, tukastiri katika hali njema, na pia tuzidi kuomba hata ile mili nyingine ambayo ishabaki tuweze kupata mapema, tuweze kuzika ili hili jambo tusahau.